Welcome back, Dungeoneers. It's Sunday afternoon, and that can only mean one thing. It's time to play Dungeons and Dragons! I'm here at the table with...
I'm David Wong. I play lines.
You play lines? Nine.
Lines.
Nine.
The forgetful bard.
Lines is what the voice does. You're nines.
Oh.
Yeah, the tabaxi
Guy.
badger.
Lines and tabaxi guys.
Yeah.
I'm Xoria.
And I'm Greg. I'm playing Ulseth Ralph. A
Who's
furball.
that? Okay.
A
Oh,
furball.
very good. Ulseth Ralph, a furball. And
Who are you?
I'm Alexis Bates, your trusty dungeon mistress. And if you want to be Xoria, then you can come to our Patreon page, and we will put you right to sleep.
Oh, right.
You're doing
What a
great.
pitch. Wow.
It's the best way to support the show. There's a variety of reward tiers. You can see all sorts of fun and hilarious videos, like our improvs that will keep you up all night. You'll be so tired you'll snore ya all the way through work the next day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what you were going for, right?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
So check it out at patreon.com/Dyson Dungeon.
Yeah, don't sleep on this.
And if you need
Oh,
to
no one laughs at that.
Why did you laugh at that?
I laughed at the second thing, not
Yeah,
at
she
that.
laughed at him being upset no one laughed.
That was funny.
It was like a
that
metal
was pretty
laugh.
good.
And you know what? If you want something that's pretty good, there's a town in Iowa.
Why are these
Just-
ad reads just for the town?
What's the name
now?
of the town now?
Well, you know what? Because we determined that Vinton, Iowa is the best town
Vinton
named
in-
Vinton, Iowa in Iowa.
Yeah.
And it's true. There's no better town named Vinton than Vinton in Iowa.
And what's there that we should be glad about?
Well, the only reason that we even know Vinton, Iowa exists, and that is factually true
The thing that puts Vinton on the map.
So to speak.
In our
yes.
brain.
in our brains,
Maps.
Yep.
is Geekified. So all the people of Vinton should be thanking Geekified.
By going there and buying stuff.
And if you're not from Vinton,
You can go there.
you can still go there.
Yeah. The last I heard, they're still letting people visit.
State borders are still open.
We record these in advance. Don't take that as a statement of fact.
Thanks, Vinton.
Thank you.
And
Thanks, Geekified, for
putting
continuing to
Vinton on the
sponsor
map.
us and let us do really weird, unhinged ad reads. Yeah. By the way, Geekified sells, like, geeky stuff. That's what they do.
Like
Do they have
tabletop
Pokemon
gaming
Tabletop
stuff.
gaming,
Do they
lots
have
of card
Pokemon
game
cards?
stuff.
Pokemon-
Yeah, they
Pokemon
have cards
Yeah,
and
Magic
games and
cards.
Digimon cards? Are there Digimon cards?
I don't know if they have Digimon. I'm not sure.
Is
Well,
there-
the way you can find out
Is going
go
there.
there and find out
Yeah, go there.
So
find out.
go there now.
Go there.
Right now.
instead of watching.
What do
You can. It's on. Where you're watching on your phone. You can
Okay.
take us with you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
That's right.
We're
okay.
a podcast.
Yeah, you're just listening
download
to
the
us.
podcast, use your ear watching abilities,
by the
and then
time-
listen to it as you're in the Uber on your way to the airport.
This is episode 152. You could do a whole road trip just listening to us.
You could do like the whole year just listening to us.
Yeah.
You could.
Stop everything you're doing and listen to us for a year.
Yes.
Right now.
Right now.
Start.
Well, actually, if you'd probably be done if you're still listening to us for the year at this point. If you're
So
if you've been-
start over.
Yeah, start over.
There's a bunch of Easter eggs we hid the whole way through, probably.
Yeah.
We've gotten so off topic.
So what should we do now?
Dungeoneers,
Let's Vinton
let's roll.
our Iowa.
last week on Dice and Dungeons. Midnight Brunch dove ever further into the tunnels underneath Tzizitstan and temporarily crippled quite a few soldiers by showing them a tablet with impossible writing on it. This allowed a new compatriot of the group to sneak past and, if they were to be believed, work on creating an explosive distraction later on. As they continued, they reached a small alcove with some water running from it, and we rejoin them as their interest has been piqued by a mysterious bit of illusory magic they've stumbled into. And to be ever more specific, the very last thing that you had done, I believe, was cast Speak with Monstrosity using your harmonica.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And
I said, hey. I think I just said, hi.
In monstrous talk.
And if I remember correctly, I responded with a low grumble.
You didn't give us any response. You said something response, but we don't know what.
No,
Well,
that's when
the-
you just ended it.
The
About
response
this
is a low grumble.
Is it intelligible? I wouldn't know. Xoria is the one. who
How's it
asked
going?
More just low grumble tones. You guys can actually hear this.
Do they want steak? They do want steak.
Do you want steak? Meat?
Just rumbling in return.
What about pineapple?
Why are you hiding in a wall? What about pineapple?
More rumbling.
Is it getting closer or farther? Or
Nines, meet me.
just sort of the same?
Hi, I'm Nines. Nice to meet you.
No, give me meat.
Oh, meats.
I throw it at the illusionary spoon. I'm polite. I say, here's meat, and then throw it.
So I'll refresh your
So that's a meat and
memory
greet?
about this. You had felt all the walls,
Yeah.
and
There was
all,
like an illusion sort of in the wall, though.
Yes, I had been describing it as though it's just sort of a thing you're in.
Like a mist.
Yeah. There's just this sort of haze of illusory magic around you. So there's not really an illusionary spot that
Well,
you
now
can just throw
there's-
something to.
Now there's a
But there is
splat
now
of
a spot with some meat
meat
that's
stuck
just
to the wall.
right in there. Yeah.
Can I do a knowledge nature about what this might be? Knowing it's a monstrosity.
I mean, I'm going to say yes, but I'm also going to be clear about how I'm structuring this because Xoria isn't super familiar with this region of the world, so she doesn't really know a ton about this. And I just want to make that clear because I know what I want for the result, numbers wise, and I am kind of like,
Before I attempt this, I have a question.
yeah.
Is the illusionary thing like this whole chamber or just like a near one section?
There's like the whole chamber and then like a little above you and around and kind of back.
So like
It's all, like I said, it's a haze
we
around
could
you.
be inside a giant illusionary mouth right now.
I mean, you could be, but you definitely felt the walls.
Right.
And if there is like that much illusionary magic,
It would register a little harder.
yeah, like things would show up differently. And it's more of this fog you're in a magical sense.
Okay. Nature time. That's what I say when I think about nature stuff. I go, nature time.
That makes sense that you would say that.
Should have kept another roll.
I know, but I was out of the box. 21.
Nothing comes to mind
Nothing comes to mind.
about any creatures that like live in this area that you might be aware of and remember and have illusionary magic and
We are
stuff
not
like that?
getting much information about this
Well-
weirdly illusory thing that we have.
How do you feel about me using a spell slot?
I love you using spell slots.
Yeah, we could. I'm sure
know.
we'll never need it later.
You know I love spells.
What spell slot? What spell though?
Dispel magic.
I mean, if it's, I'm fine doing it, but do you think it's actually a spell being cast or part of the creature itself?
Or part of the walls.
I mean, do we
Well-
know, like, is this a threat or are we just, like, trying to satiate curiosity?
Oh, that
That!
one.
Oh yeah.
Are you a threat?
More low rumbling.
Is there any?
You know
change
you
in
can
the,
talk back, right?
Yeah. Is there any change in the rumbling, like a change in the frequency or the cadence, or?
I mean, each response is a little bit different, but by the sheer fact that Xoria is not able to comprehend any speech from this, despite having the effects of the spell on her, it's not speaking.
Actually, no, it may be a smarter idea.
What?
Pull out, talk to Dole, and have him make that noise. If we have reception in here. Isn't it the book?
Oh yeah, it is a book right now. I forgot it's not a little disc.
Wait, what are we trying to do? I'm a little confused.
Hey, Dole.
Yes, Xoria?
How's it going?
Fine. I'm a little confused right now. How about you catch me up on what you're trying to do?
Yeah. First, what are you up to?
I was making paella.
I don't know what that is. Is it some sort of pie?
It's a dish. It's a type of food.
You're doing. Wait. Oh, okay.
Does it have
So-
flavor?
Yes.
I'm just reaching out to you to consult.
Okay.
We're deep undercover, inside under the temple, like we talked about. You know.
Yes.
Hohen's pulling off a very convincing human, by the way.
Mayo.
And we found it's a human thing. Don't worry about it. So we're in part of the cave. There's some water coming out of a wall. There's illusionary magic in like a mist form all around us. And I'm talking to a monstrosity, but it's just grumbling back. Have you ever encountered anything like this?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
You're speaking to a monstrosity and all you're getting is grumbles back?
Yeah.
Well, doesn't that seem pretty typical for monstrosities?
Well, I'm casting. I use speak with monstrosity through a magical harmonica.
So it could be inferred that it can understand you and is simply choosing not to respond.
I mean, yes, or is incapable of responding.
Maybe it is in trouble.
Well-
I think we're inside a giant mouth, personally, and it can't talk because we're standing in its mouth.
I've never heard of a creature that large.
Like a dragon? You've never heard of a dragon before?
Well, dragons are certainly large, but they're not large enough for it to be an entire cave. If I remember what you told me the last time we spoke, you were going into underground cave systems.
Yeah, that's where we are right now. We're deep undercover.
It would be very obvious if even the largest dragon had its mouth open and tried to emulate a cave.
So you don't know what this could be.
Truly, I have no idea.
I was gonna try and dispel magic on the illusion.
I mean, you can attempt that, but if it's an innate ability to the creature, I think it would have very little effect other than to temporarily disable its abilities.
Well, we might at least get a glimpse of it. So, what are you doing later tonight?
Eating paella.
Oh, is that like a dish?
It's what I'm making.
What's in paella?
Is this really the appropriate time to discuss this?
I guess not, since everyone's looking at me funny.
I don't think everyone's looking at you
No.
funny. We don't know if
Also,
the
it's not
monsters
even
are...
looking at me. right, well, I'll talk to you later after we kill Glenby.
Don't say that part too loud.
No.
What part? Talk to you later?
Yeah. No. A part about, the other thing we're doing.
The wet work?
Don't do that.
Okay. All right, bye, doll.
Goodbye, Xoria. We'll speak later, I'm sure.
Tell me about the paella.
Wait a second, didn't I pick up a book on, like, myths and legends around this part
I think
in the
so.
library?
I'm pretty sure you did.
Yes, you did.
No. Well, let's
Let's look
take
at
a
the
short
book. Yeah.
rest
Yeah.
while you read the book.
Yeah,
Go to the
we'll look
index-
in the back and look in the index.
Yeah,
like,
look in the
low
index
ground.
for like
yeah.
illusions, cave, monstrosity. Yeah,
Monstrosities.
Somewhere in the table of contents or...
Unintelligible monstrosity speaking.
I'll just
Or
keep trying to
intelligible
talk to the
monstrosities,
cave. So can you not talk to me, or well, they're looking in the book. Are you incapable of answering, or are you just choosing not to?
Should I roll for something?
No. Again, more grumbling noises.
Oh, I have an idea.
Yeah. Should
How
we
about-
tickle the cave?
No. One short grumble for yes, and 2 short grumbles for no.
Can you make 1 grumble for yes and 2 grumbles for no?
More grumbling.
Just 1 big long grumble.
Yeah.
That's yes.
It was just 1.
Yeah. Anything in that book yet, Nines?
I read it intently.
So, as you start to read the book, I'm gonna bring up the map here.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you're not all that far off from. Oh darn! Come on.
From Odarn.
Oh, the images.
Is that
We put
that's a
one.
fantasy city. So.
I know, we haven't been to
Odarn.
Odarn yet.
Drat.
What's-
Does the
Transit
map
suburb?
gone?
The device I use to link it together seems to be unhappy right now. So, I'll just describe it. The room that you're in is not all that far off from the trail.
Right, it's a very shallow
I mean,
alcove sort
yeah,
of
like
cave.
walking by it, you can totally see to the end of it. Especially when there's really nothing else down there and there's just 4 people with a couple of light sources with them just standing there. And not too long after you try to start reading, one of these more higher up looking folks comes strutting over and goes, "What are you guys doing? Get back to work."
Give him a head nod. Hey.
There's
Oh, he's too high ranking to hot nod back.
we're here on special orders
To do what?
to investigate a strange occurrence that's happening over here.
From who?
The doctor guy who hangs out with Glenby.
Look, unless he has given you written orders, my orders come from Glenby. All right?
Uh-huh.
And
I look at them in awe.
we got to be bringing the mercury out of here.
Are you aware of the monstrous creature in this part of the cave?
What monstrous creature? You're down at the little like water hole area.
Can I use minor illusion while he's talking to emulate that growl noise?
Yeah, that's totally within.
I do that.
Okay.
Do you react to
that
What?
that growling.
That's just aftershocks from all of the, earthquake that we made.
Wait, that you made? I don't say anything.
Like, you do remember that we caused like a whole bunch of earthquakes to happen, right? You remember
We're not
that?
supposed to remember that. We were supposed to deny that we did that. By violating a rule.
Oh my god. I'm so sick of smart asses.
But what's all this illusionary magic
They
doing
think
here?
I'm smart.
What illusionary magic? There's just rocks.
No, if you use illusionary magic here, if you do use detect magic here, there's illusionary magic.
All around.
Great. Is it gonna help us move the mercury?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. We do not know.
Well, tell you what, on your next break, if you're able to convince the illusionary magic to help us move a whole bunch of mercury from down here to up there, I will pay you my year's wages.
Oh, that is a good deal.
All right?
2 years.
Well, yeah, we're on break now, actually, so.
No, you're not. Get back to them to the end of the tunnel and start doing your jobs. All right?
I cast a spell magic.
What was that supposed to
I
do?
cast a spell magic.
Okay, you do that.
Did it do anything on the...
Sure, it dispelled illusionary magic all around you.
Did anything get revealed?
No.
There's just a mist of illusionary stuff.
Nothing got dispelled.
Well, the mist did.
I mean, there wasn't any mist. I'm just describing a visual way of understanding what the detect magic spell reveals to you. That's
So
all it is. There's not a real mist.
Is the magic gone now?
Is the mist gone when I cast that?
Yeah, around you, that
My
the mist is
detected,
gone.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't detect it anymore.
Huh.
How about that? You dispelled magic.
Great, you clapped your hands. Can you get back to work now?
Yes. We are you who are yelling at us, sir, person, we are going back to work.
Oh, God. Good.
And I will
Just-
not tell anybody that you violated rules.
Good, that's whatever. I don't care. Just get back to work.
Oh, you who are yelling.
Oh, what?
When we come to collect our year's wages, what is your name?
Captain Jackhole. I don't care.
Insight
Captain
check.
Jackhole, I don't care. That is a very different name.
Just get back to work.
Captain
If they didn't charge me
Jackhole, I don't care.
every time I whipped out my baton, I'd
do not
smack
whip it
all
out.
of you. Just go.
Okay.
We leave.
Yeah.
All right. Captain Jackhole walks off in the other direction.
All right, let's go back in there.
Okay, we go back in there.
Okay.
So the magic is just gone now?
Or does it come back?
How with dispel magic?
Yeah.
Is there like a duration that it lasts?
No, it just stops a magical effect.
Oh, okay. So it's back now.
So something recast it.
Or generated it.
Yeah. Or is it might just be constantly generated.
Is there anywhere that the sort of magical field effect that I'm seeing like is stronger?
No, it feels just like it did before.
So there's no focus. There's no strong point or weak point. It's
Well, let's read the book.
Yep. You read the book. I'm just gonna feel around blindly.
How about we hide for a little bit?
Oh, okay.
where are we going to hide?
Helen, do that rope trick thingy.
What do you mean rope trick thingy? What are you talking about?
Your rope trick.
That thing
You
where we
used
go
it.
into the
little pocket
rope,
in-
the little
at the top
pocket
of the rope.
Yeah. The little pocket dimension.
It's a spell you know.
Oh,
That's usually
Humans with poor memories.
that's usually my
Most
line.
humans can't remember anything.
whoop.
All right, let's climb up. and
We
hang
climb
out
up
in
the
the
rope,
pocket.
Yeah.
pull up the little rope.
Do I have to carry you?
Yeah.
Yes, all of us.
Probably.
Why don't you go up first, and then we'll hold on to the rope, and you just pull us up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we do that.
How long can we live in the pocket dimension?
1
by the
hour.
way?
An hour.
Okay. Up in the pocket dimension, I pull everybody up one at a time or all together?
All together.
Yeah, all together.
yeah.
You're strong.
Yeah.
Once the rope's up, it's not going back down.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not going back
Here we
down.
go.
Well, now
How are
that we
gonna
can
get out of
think,
here if the rope doesn't come down?
We'll jump.
just lower the rope.
Yeah, we'll put the rope down.
Or put a new rope. You have lots of rope.
I do have lots of rope
Anyway,
now.
read your
we're
book.
we're in the pocket dimension now.
Okay, we all gather around the book. I assume it's this big book.
I'm gonna have my ear peeked at the door of the dimension and just see if that rumbling is occurring without me talking.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Maybe he's trying to find us. Like, where are those guys? I thought they were pretty cool. I
Yeah.
want to talk to them. But
Yeah.
all I can do
Read
is
your
growl.
book.
I'm reading the book.
Yeah.
The book isn't real, though. I need the DM to tell me what it is.
Yeah, time passes.
Time passes as I read the book.
Okay.
What have you learned?
I don't know. Hilbin probably should have been the one reading it.
Why didn't make an intelligence check?
Ow.
Guidance.
Yeah.
That's really
5. I rolled a 3. I have 1 guidance and I have 1 intelligence.
so that
Can I-
totals 5.
You
You should get more than that for intelligence because you.
So I
added
roll that.
correctly.
Hilwin comes over.
you get really
picks up the book, flips it right side up, and hands it back to me.
I'll read the
and then
book.
9 says, "Why are there no pictures in there?"
And when he says that, I grab the book and read it. Can I make a check?
Yeah, same thing.
Guidance. Intelligence check. 16.
Okay. You do come across some information about very large creatures that hide within the sand dunes and use illusionary magic to lure in prey. The book describes it as they would make it appear as though the kind of valley between sand dunes was just sand, but it's actually like their mouth.
So it's like a magic antlion. Giant magic antlion.
Sort of, yeah, but not quite as insecty. It's more like cross between a warthog and an armadillo, with some like kind of monstrous, and then like put in such just monstrous mouth thing. It says it has a couple of local names, but the most common is just a sand devil. That's what the sort of colloquial term for it is.
Well, you relay all this to us.
As a consequence, they also add, travel between the valleys of sand dunes is highly unadvisable.
Well, it is a good thing then that we are not in the sand dunes.
Maybe it's sleeping.
It might be, or it could just be above us.
You think it's just snoring?
It just could be snoring.
Maybe. Okay.
Well, that was very instructive. Now we know that when we travel on the surface, we should stay out of between the dunes. Shall we move along?
I suppose we can move on.
Okay. I grab onto the rope and ask Olsef to like lower me down.
Okay. I lowered them.
I grab onto 9s.
Oh, am I going to get down?
You can climb the
down.
rope.
No. Do I get my rope back at the end?
It's Hellwind's
It's
rope.
Helen's rope.
Oh, I don't care then.
Are you just personally attached to your rope and that it?
Yeah.
No, I didn't really mean that. I hope. Oh, Hohen's magic rope. Oh, yes.
I think it's an actual physical.
It's just a rope.
With a dimension on a place on the end of it.
Yeah, it's just a piece of rope up to 60 feet long.
That goes to a pocket dimension.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then it comes back down.
All right.
Yeah, we all get back
we
down
head down.
safely, right?
Unless we get eaten. Did we get eaten?
No, you don't get eaten.
Do we get back down safely?
Yes, you do. You get back down.
We go back in.
Bless you.
We go back in.
Are you allergic to illusionary magic?
That's how we can tell we're in a
Yeah.
magical place.
So
I'm allergic to
you
sand dust.
I think that should be a character trait. Like a character is allergic to illusionary magic.
I just want to make my druid allergic to pet dander now. So when they turn into an animal, they just start sneezing constantly.
how long did you spend in the pocket dimension?
How long did it
An
take to read a
hour?
book?
As long as it took to find out what we learned.
How long does it take to
I'm gonna
skim a
give you
book?
all a short rest. That's fine.
Oh,
I don't even think I need it.
Well, you can always use a
I should have wound
Oh, wait,
shaped
actually, I
more.
think I get Bardic Inspiration back now.
So there you go.
All right, we will head down the path then, I suppose. What?
Oh, I was looking at my lucky. It's a long rest.
Yeah, you're lucky. It requires a long rest. We continue the path.
And remembering to cast trick. So you head on.
Do we see Commander Jackoff?
Jack Hole.
Jack Hole.
So we don't see Commander Jackoff.
We don't.
No, but
That's a cousin.
That's what his friends call him.
So what do we see in the rocky passageway? We're going in the direction we were headed, by the way, before we got into the zone.
Not back.
We're not going back. Just want to
Okay.
be precise about our movement.
excellent. Going on forward. I'm being slightly more cautious with my battery usage. I'm turning my tablet on and off more because unfortunately I had let my mom borrow one of our chargers for a trip, and she forgot to give it back to us. No, you still need it too. So, you go forward, and you reach sort of a bulb-shaped room. And this one is the first time that you start to get a little worried. This oblong room interrupts what is otherwise a fairly straightforward path. Some of that stream seems to be fed by some more water running down here. And there are several stations in this room and a large metal gate. You've come across a checkpoint.
So
And it looks like that every soldier that goes in or out of this area must clear the checkpoint. As you stand here and observe the checkpoint guards inspect each and every soldier that goes through. It involves a full pat down on the way out. But it seems that on the way in, it's a little more than identification check. You quickly realize that the more stringent security on the way out is to prevent people from stealing. They don't seem to care all that much about what you bring in, so long as you don't bring anything that doesn't belong to you back out.
Why would you steal mercury?
Maybe there's other stuff in there you can steal.
The other stuff. There might be things that are good.
I like good things.
They might be valuable.
Do we have IDs? What are they? How are they IDing people? Can I see that?
Well, it looks like all of the soldiers have some sort of little card or chit piece or something. Yeah.
Well,
Well, better steal some.
Other than the metal gate thing, how is this blocked off?
I mean, it's...
Is it like
there's like a wall of...
Are they like iron bars with holes in them? Is it solid?
It's like a wall of, like floor to ceiling sort of, chain link fencing sort of
Basically.
material.
Okay.
And then in the center, there's a large steel gate that has everything passing through. So all of the carts and things that are passing through go right through there. And you also notice that at this point, it looks like there was some sort of attempt at one point of building tracks, like minecart tracks. You can see that there's freshly laid minecart tracks on the ground here, but by the fact that you've never seen anyone using it, seems like maybe it was more effort than it was worth.
Okay. How about I turn into the forge, and you're escorting me to see Glinvy?
That might work. Or what if things have gotten really tense and that just makes the situation worse?
oh, whose situation?
Ours, personally?
Or the situation for everyone else?
I kind of mean for us and everyone. So if they're not getting along anymore, then we don't know how they're going to react if the forge shows up.
Well, what if I turn into that creepy doctor and you're all carrying boxes for me so you can't get your IDs out?
I mean, maybe, but what if you just passed through here not very long ago? They'll probably notice. He's pretty recognizable.
What if I turn into Brookellian?
I think that might cause the most confusion out of everything.
You should turn into Commander Jerkoff.
Commander Jerkle?
Yes, Jackal. Jackal.
Maybe what we should do is have someone create a diversion. We have used that successfully.
All right, let's set another fire.
You want me to make a diversion?
Is there anything that can be set on fire around here?
I can turn into like a mouse and get through that chain link fence on my own.
You can
But
turn into
you want to
literally
leave the rest
anyone
of
and get
us?
through that fence.
Well, I'm saying if I'm the distraction and you guys get through after I distract, I can just get through as a mouse or
You
like
have thousands of those rooms.
Yeah.
Ah.
But no more to spare. That was my only spare. I have plans for the other ones. What?
I don't want to know. Really don't want to know.
We need a scheme.
We can smoke.
Like a cockamamie one?
Yes.
We could smoke screen and just run through.
We could pretend that we have been given special orders that we must rush through quickly, and we could be yelling, "We must save them! We must save them! We must save them!" and then rush through the gates.
I assume there's workers passing by.
Yeah, I mean, I've described this area as having a lot of activity, lots of traffic through here.
I want to stop one coming back through, away, like from beyond the gate.
Sure.
Just be like, hey, is that creepy scientist guy back in there with Glenvy?
Oh, yeah, he's back there.
When did he get back there? I don't really like being around him.
Oh, he's been back there for about a half hour now. It's real.
Can I see this dwarves? I'm assuming it's a dwarf.
Sure.
ID card? They just hand it out, right?
Yeah, I mean, just like almost everyone that I've ever known to need to wear an ID card, it's visible on their person.
Can I, should I try to sleight of hand steal it?
No.
Yes. What's your sleight of hand check?
2. I might get a nat 20.
You might get a nat 1.
I might.
All right. Well, thanks.
What? Yeah.
I could
Don't
turn
you mean-
invisible and sneak.
Really hate the duck. He's super creepy.
I could do that. I could turn invisible and sneak through.
Well, 1 second. Do you see the commander type people IDing
Yeah.
to get through? Or do they just get waved through?
No, everyone gets ID'd.
Everyone gets ID'd. If you get an ID, I mean, how are they? Okay, are they just looking at, I'm just trying to understand the process that we have to get through. Are they just looking at the card and seeing, oh, you have a card? Or do they, like, match your face? Like, are people taking off their gas masks and, like, showing their face for this?
It's more like a little security chip kind of thing.
That you, like, scan? Almost?
Yeah, less scan and more just show.
Flash it. Just be like, I'm allowed in.
Yeah.
Okay. So that merits stealing more than otherwise.
Yeah, let's follow this other two and just steal them.
Here is a suggestion,
Yeah.
since I am always really good at making suggestions that no one likes.
You can go steal it from
You
someone.
can sneak through as a mouse
Sure.
or something. You can make an illusion of a card.
That one might be tricky.
Because you can't. Do your illusions not move?
I think you just have to concentrate more.
I can turn invisible. And Holdwing can just be eating mayonnaise and nobody would want to touch
Let
him.
me look at the limitations on that one.
On minor illusion or whatever. So you'd have like 6 seconds and you just have to sprint through though. So you'll have to wait for when it's open.
Yeah, I would wait for an opening that I could sprint through. So I did not bump into anybody.
You also
If I
have
did, it would just be a
to
slight.
non-conspicuously suddenly vanish in the middle of the crowd.
That should be easy. It is a big crowd.
Well, not if it's mostly empty and clear for you to be able to run through.
Well, say there were like 4 people in like a cluster. I could be the 5th person and then just.
You turn invisible at the end. Okay.
Or we could just steal
So,
a card.
reviewing it, I think you would be able to create an illusionary image of one of these little security chits. Obviously, if they tried to scan it or hold it, look at it would immediately fall apart. Because
Also, I'm a pet, so I'm not sure why I would be issued an ID card.
So
well, you could
You
create
could make
one
me
for
or
someone
Holdwing.
else.
You could make one for
I-
Holdwing.
I see another person coming out, I assume.
There's always people
Okay.
coming out. Yeah.
Hey, come here quick. I have a question for you.
Yeah, what?
I forgot my security chit. Can I buy yours, like 10 gold?
Buy mine?
Can I just buy it? I'll give it back to you tonight at the barracks.
I'm doing the circuit. I gotta come back here.
gold. You could just, like, quit.
And then what?
Like, buy a nice house.
Oh, yeah, because these guys are gonna come after me. Come on, 10 gold?
15.
No. No. I'm not leaving this for anything less than 100 gold. I gotta be able to take care of myself for a long time. I gotta have disappearing money, all right? To
Gold
go.
is disappearing money? Why are we still here?
Cast 100 gold.
I can't pay enough.
Well, I feel like we should just roll credit.
You want to just buy some chits?
I mean, 100 gold would be, you know,
$30,000.
like it's a fair bit of money, but these guys get paid not that much. So
you wanna just buy some?
No, we need 3 of them.
Yeah.
Where are we gonna get 300 gold?
You are Hohen.
Pay the man.
Or woman?
Pay the person.
are they really gonna? Yeah. 100 gold. Okay, here you go. All right.
Hope we're not doing this in front of the security guards.
Now give me 1,000 gold to not tell everyone else.
Oh, I think this person might have an accident. He had better be
they're
careful.
extortioning. No. Okay.
I think you should threaten them, Olsef. You have intimidation, right?
Probably.
How do you have -1 intimidation?
It's charisma.
He's like a
What?
big
You're the
old
one
teddy
who-
bear.
You're the
Why do you have no Riz?
You need get out your.
All right.
Uh,
if I'm gonna flash that much money, we have to go into that little alcove back there.
Yeah, sure, fine.
Just to get him out of the way of
Yeah.
sight lines.
Okay.
We'll go back to that rumbly cave.
Okay. All right. Give me 1,000 and I'll keep my mouth shut.
I cast charm person.
All right, what's the save?
Okay. It is wisdom 17, but they're at disadvantage because of my crown.
You are really lucky that they're at disadvantage.
Because he rolled a nat 20.
Well, I definitely did. I also rolled a 2. So
The duality of dice.
the spell works.
Get your money back. That was
I'm
mean.
planning to. Hey, buddy.
What are we doing here?
You were gonna give me my money back, remember?
Hey, you give me money?
Yeah.
Did you wonder where the 100 gold came from?
I loaned it to you
Yeah.
like a week ago, remember?
And then you lost the bet.
Here. There you go.
Thanks. And could I borrow your chit? I forgot it. Mine. Your security thing.
We're really not supposed to do that.
I know, but just this one time. I'll give it back to you before you're back.
Where's yours?
I left it in the barracks. Just check under my bed. You can grab
okay,
mine.
which one's your bed again?
74.
All right. You're lucky I'm about to go on break. Otherwise, I wouldn't have enough time to run up there and grab that.
Thanks, buddy.
Just remember your chit next time, all right? Here you
I
go.
will, thank you.
Yeah. What was I doing?
You going back to the elevator helped repair it because it was on.
Oh, yeah, you were gonna help repair that elevator that was on fire, I think.
The elevator was on fire?
Yeah, a little bit. Again, you know.
A little bit again.
I
It seems to
need
happen a
to
lot.
take my break. So, yeah, I need that elevator fixed.
Yeah. Go take a break.
All right. Just don't lose it.
I won't.
See ya.
Bye.
Walks off.
Wait, didn't we see a couple of guys sleeping?
I have an idea.
Yeah. You come
Yeah.
across some sleeping guys.
Let's go back to those guys and just take theirs.
The sleeping guys in that dark room.
Yeah.
But we can probably all get through with one chip.
If I turn into the commander and you're all carrying
No,
boxes.
you. Okay, one of us goes through.
Yeah.
You are like a rat,
Oh, and I ferry it back
and
and
you
forth.
carry it back and forth.
Okay.
So one
You
of
don't
us
have to
goes.
eat it.
You go through as a rat.
Why don't you take the chit and I won't go through with the chit as a rat? until after you.
That is what I meant. I take the chit.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, I get in a box.
You get in a box. I carry the box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get the box.
Because they're not checking.
And
They're
then
not
the only
checking
one left
boxes.
behind would be Holwyn.
And then I'll bring the
You'll bring the chit back and let
to
Holwyn.
Owen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is
That's our
what-
plan.
That's the plan. I'm going to go through with the chit.
And nines
Carry
in a
nines
box.
in a box. Nines in a box.
Okay.
And then on the other side, give the chit to Xoria, who will zip it back and give it to Holwyn. What about all of the others who are with us?
They can figure it out.
Well,
We're
okay.
keeping separate from them.
Yeah.
That's right.
They might already be through for all we
For all
know.
we know, they might have already roost their way through.
Yeah.
So we pull off that plan.
That might have been one of the Serpenta 6 we just conned out of
It might have been.
shit, for all we know. So, I wait for them to go through before I use a wild shape. I just observe.
Yeah, do we get through?
Well,
Well, you get up to the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Flash your chit. Hold up. What's that? Pointing at nines.
I'm in the box.
it's just a big
I'm
box.
just carrying a box.
Yeah.
This is a box of tools from the place where they repair tools.
What kind of tools?
Hammers. We know they had a lot of hammers. They did have a lot of hammers.
We have some hammers.
Hey, it's really sensitive in there. I gotta be careful. What tools?
They're hammers. I will show you one when I show them a hammer. Mostly hammers. There is also a small pick.
Let me investigate. Set it down.
hammer?
Let me look at it.
The hammer?
No, the
This
box.
is the Ulseth show.
Yeah.
now.
I need to. Come on, guy. I just need to look in the box and make sure there's
Okay.
nothing that shouldn't be going back
You're an
there.
invisible.
I know I'm
Yeah,
invisible.
you're an
badger.
invisible badger. But you have these hammers. Put some hammers out.
Okay, I'm surrounded by hammers.
Now you're surrounded by iron ingots and logs.
Yeah, doing it. You have to do it. Iron ingots. Oh, iron ingots and pieces of wood. Yeah. See, these are things that will be turned into hammers.
Wait, are you turning? Are you?
No one did anything.
Wait. Yeah. No.
I set down the
You
box.
set down
Okay.
the box. Okay, is that what's happening?
Yeah, and I look exasperated and said, you know, I am really quite in a hurry, as everyone else is trying to get these tools to where they need to go.
Yeah, sure. Just open it up. Let me take a look.
I open up the box.
I use minor illusion to make a box full of hammers
Okay.
that are over my head. I can get pretty low.
What are you doing? Counting the hammers?
No, I'm reading Minor Illusion to see what the extent of the spell allows you to do.
The stationary should be very convincing.
Let's see here.
If I can make a chair, I can make a lot of hammers.
Typically, this seems to. Well, it does say muddy footprints, but it's the only time they say multiples of anything. Because I was going to say, it looks like it's only good for like one thing at a time, but it does say muddy footprints rather
They,
than
they
footprints.
do get to make an intelligence investigation check against it, though.
Yeah. So you can create an image that looks convincing enough. You've produced hammers from it.
I'm sitting here idly waving the hammer, going, I am impatient. I must deliver these. They are waiting.
It is someone's
you are
hammer
taking a lot
time.
of time. You are wasting everyone's time. Someone is going to be very upset. I go on like that while I'm waving the hammer.
Were there any actual hammers in the box?
You have hammers.
As
have
far as you,
hammers.
but I don't think you specified. I think you only said nines was in the box, right? She's asking, do you have hammer? Not do you have hammers, but were there hammers in the box?
There is now. I just put the one I was waving back in the box.
Where do we get the box, actually?
Okay.
You
There
just,
has to be boxes around.
you just grabbed a random box.
I'm just allowing you a box.
Yeah.
A box is not a hard
A
thing.
badger-sized box.
Okay.
It's hand axes.
I want
I have hand axes. Can we
Xoria.
use this hand?
Yeah, I'm just watching
Yeah.
this.
Xoria. I want you to make a dumb luck roll.
Ooh, what dice?
Okay.
Is that
It's a D20.
okay.
No proficiency, no modifiers. This is just a dumb luck roll.
18. I don't know if that's good or bad.
It's better than a.
We don't know that.
Okay. The guard reaches in to inspect the hammers and picks up the one real hammer.
Although, if you're at the bottom and you've made a veil of hammers above you, when his hand sink through the hammer.
No, stop
illusion?
siding with the DM.
I'm just curious about the mechanics of it.
I figure since Nines is practiced with illusionary magic,
There's a vanishing
That-
badger.
he would create an illusion that favors sort of, as a magician, can force a card on you, can make you choose a card.
But I wanted to see the chaos.
I
that
have a
ensues.
plus 14 to deception. I can do this.
That's fair.
So too can Nines force someone to inspect the one real part of this.
It was shiny. It like pulsated. Like you're drawn to that hammer.
And
Just like
so
it's hammer time, and that is my
your
hammer.
dumb luck roll,
At 18.
and you needed an 18 or better because the investigation resulted in a 17.
That was pretty good dumb luck.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm just watching.
The guard inspecting this goes, all right, looks okay. Go ahead.
Put the hammer back, please.
Don't push her luck.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
toss it in.
Tosses it in.
Dunk.
Do I get like a dexterity check?
I feel like it's more Constitution check.
I
but not
think it's
making noise.
definitely Constitution. This has nothing to do with dexterity. You are...
In a box.
You're in a box. You don't want to move around because that would move the box. So this is Constitution. There's a hammer being
To
just
not make a
lobbed
noise.
on you.
Oh wait. So I heard Olsef say, "Put the hammer back."
Yes,
right?
you did. Yep. So you can brace.
Before I do that, I'm assuming he's not looking at. I could see the guard, right?
Yeah, you can see through your own illusion.
Okay. I will minor illusion at my hand right in front of my face to at least protect my head.
Fair.
And when it goes in, it makes. We have a minor illusion make the sound of hammers hitting other hammers.
So
that's a
you can
good
only have one minor illusion at a time, but it's a cantrip, so I'll allow you to chain it.
Actually, I can. Can I have my pick cast it as a separate?
Yes. Yeah, no, you can, because I forgot the Reed of Samirn has its own minor illusion that it can sustain.
And every guard knows a person can only cast one minor illusion spell at any given
Yes,
time.
every guard knows that.
Every guard is part of guard training.
Yeah. So
They
that
get there the first day of guard training. They're like,
said people
welcome
will
to
try
guard
fool you
training.
with magic.
Number one rule you got to remember. People can only cast one minor illusion at a time. That's the first thing.
Right.
That's the first rule of guard school.
So if you don't want to be fooled by a minor illusion, try to make them do a second one.
Do
Yeah.
an auditory and visual.
Yes, you need to check for more than one thing.
So you'll have the
Yeah.
reed make the clanging noise.
Yes, and then, like,
Which
you
is
take a college class, that thing we taught you in elementary school was a gross simplification.
But you're still getting hit with a hammer.
But you're still getting. Well,
so you still need to not go oof. Right?
I got 12 Constitution.
Just make that minor illusion real
You take
loud.
2 bludgeoning damage as a hammer hits you in the head.
He was not gentle.
I mean, you kind of blocked it. It still hit you in the head.
And any noise you might have made was probably
Masked
by the other illusion. Yeah. I go.
But you're
"Darn."
through.
Thanks.
I look really,
I could use a short rest right about
I
now.
look really ticked off about the delay that I was forced to have.
Which was in the game, it's been about 20 minutes on that. But
But
in the like reality of that universe, it
10
was
seconds.
about a minute.
that was long enough
That
for me to be really.
people
ticked
have
off.
gotten very
Unnecessary
angry.
delay.
Oh, I know. But I worked in food service. I know what 6
I have been
seconds
waiting
means.
for many seconds, so I give him a grumpy look.
Oh, wait. All right. Seeing that they're through,
Yeah.
seeing that they're through, I will go out of sight a little bit, casually go down to like reach for a box or something, and anamorphs myself into a rat.
Do you have to anamorph it?
Yeah, that's what wild shape looks like in this world. It does the weird anamorph, like.
For the purposes of humor, I allow the joke to stand, but for the purposes of
Canon.
copyright, I can't allow that to stand.
I morph them all into a.
I give the
Morphimal.
chip, I give
There
the
we
chip
go.
to the rat.
Well, I have to go through the gate first.
Okay,
I sneak
through
through
the
the
fence.
I sneak through the fence.
you do that. You make your way towards Ulseth. Ulseth drops the chit down
That's
to
giving
you.
a chit to a random rat, and I go bully the rat out of the way and go.
And then run back.
Okay, that was true. That's canon.
Thank you. I sneak back, look for the one human eating mayo.
Owen's over there just holding a cup that says mayo.
Yeah.
I run
And then there's
over.
like 3 humans also taking their mayo break at the same time.
They're all sitting there going, eating mayo and going,
Yeah, it's like they open up their can of mayo.
and then they do a head nod and go, hey,
And then
Yep.
mayo.
got some mayo smack.
The only thing you got wrong was the noise. It's,
So give the shit to Hohen and come right back.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but Owen's too focused on the mayo, so I start scratching it. Owen.
Is
Sorry.
Helen like having like mayo
sorry,
talks
fellow
like
humans,
so?
gotta get back to work and stop eating all this delicious mayo.
They're like, what are you talking about? You weren't even using your mayo proboscis. I assume humans have that.
Mayo proboscis.
Oh. Like, drink the mayo. Like that.
Okay, sure.
Does Helen say, "Sorry, I gotta may go," and then leaves?
Is it like the thickness? Would the proboscis like have the same sort of circumference as like a bubble tea straw?
Yeah.
You have to because, mayo's pretty viscous.
Yeah, you need
Yeah.
a whole lot of
Unless-
straw.
Yeah, listen, I didn't make up human anatomy. I just learned it really well.
Yeah, that makes sense. Obvi.
So,
So you go back through the fence.
oh, I'm waiting for the rat to come back with my chit. I go back through the fence after Owen gets through.
Owen flashes the chit. Guy just this waves him through.
Did they do the head nod?
Yeah. Yep.
And then I'll sneak back through the fence again.
Do you do the head nod
To what?
to the car? Just like the rat comes up, squeaks.
I'm going off
have
on
the rat
the
look at you,
side.
and you go like, and then the human guard's like,
I just get the chit back and go through with the chit in my mouth. No, I just meet with
one
you on
has
the
the
other side. I know. I'd have to go through, get the chit, come back through, and then
Turn
go through
yourself
the
in.
gate with the chit. No, I just go to the other side and meet up with everyone.
Okay.
I throw a hammer at Olsef.
So who gets to keep the chit?
That was my hammer. I catch it.
Oh, okay. You and your dick.
Who wants to keep the little security thing?
Hillwood.
The chip. Yeah, let Holman keep it.
Here you go, hon. You can keep it.
What's the name on it?
All right.
I don't think they have names. I think they're just little tokens.
Does it have a name on it? Or is it just a picture?
It's no. Sorry, just a little token. There's no name or anything on there.
Oh, good news though. We learned the scientist guy is in here, so we can murder him.
Oh, good. Them
I thought they were against murder.
Well, we're here specifically to kill.
Yeah, but we usually make Olsef do it.
I mean, yeah, also probably will end up doing it. I don't have that many offensive spells and stuff. So,
No. So, let us move along now that we are through the checkpoint.
yeah. Did you guys forget anything on the other side?
I was very lucky that Nines was so good at illusioning hammers.
Yeah, you did a pretty good job, Nines.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Those are very, very convincing
Although
hammers.
I thought it would have been real interesting to see what happens if they found you.
We'll never know.
I know.
Because I'm so good at illusioning.
And you were good at lucking.
What are you talking about? I just watched you and then turned into a rat.
Moving on. Nines just says moving on. Just loudly.
Yeah.
You move forward as you go beyond the security checkpoint and into a 15-minute break.
Is there like a line to like get into the next section?
Yeah, there's just
Yeah,
people
you
lining
got through. So you get through like the entrance to the ride, and now you're like in the themed line for the ride.
Yeah.
And you're
did-
still standing in line, but now like it's themed and like you're kind of on the pre-ride to the ride.
So it's
did
like
a-
a bunch of fun facts about Mercury.
They did a really good
Yeah.
job
They do,
making
they have-
this feel like a
They
cave.
have all sorts of probably safety posters up
No,
that
they
are
do.
mostly
No,
that
they
are
don't.
mostly just weathered and torn up.
There are
No, they don't. They
Safety
don't. No,
posters
there's no safety
anywhere.
posters.
No,
Not in this.
there's
one.
nothing
There's like
at all.
there's like a sign that says "Forget your glasses," whatever.
Or, don't worry about it. Just that's.
There's a sign that just says, "Just keep working."
If you forgot your mask, just don't breathe.
just keep working.
No mask.
Hold your breath.
No, just no mask.
That is
and
a
that's
good
it. That's the
point.
sign. Just
Yeah, it's just like
None of us are actually wearing a gas mask.
We should probably we should buy one off of someone.
We're all wearing illusions.
illusions of gas masks. Well, so much for us.
Well, don't stay here very long.
Just as a little thing to think about over break.
yeah. We'll see if any of that matters soon. Maybe, possibly. I don't know.
We don't know. Let's find out
Who
after break.
knows? But we'll be back in a few minutes to find out. Welcome back, everyone. When we left off, our party had just managed to sneak through a security checkpoint.
First try.
First try. Although they had a couple of close calls. As we rejoin them, they are now on the other side of that security checkpoint and making their way down a more narrow corridor. So I'm going to bring up the map, because I took time during the break to make the map work again. Haha. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of context for where you've been and everything.
Context.
This X here, at the mouth of this kind of channel, that's where you are right now. The security checkpoint runs right here. Okay? That's where that is.
Yep. Well, we're on the correct side of it.
This room here, put some squigglies in it.
That was our alcove.
That's where the alcove was, where you were talking to the grumbly thing. Okay? So, where we are going now starts this windy cave section through here. As you can see, there's lots of pillars and kind of random obstacles, making the pathway more broken up. There's very clearly worn paths down either side, making kind of a two-way street. And there's a consistent flow of people. Not non-stop, but every few feet there's another person or a couple people moving things in and out.
Well, we'll go along with the flow, I think.
Okay.
You guys can. I'm still in the box.
Yeah, I'm just carrying a box.
Well, so just ditch the box. We don't need it anymore.
I have to carry 9s anyway.
What, 9s is in the box?
Yeah.
I thought he would just ride in your bag like he's been doing.
No, this is in a box to get through the checkpoint.
Why didn't he just go in your bag?
Because I had to be in the box.
Do you like the box?
It'd look stupid if you look in the box and there was no hammers or badgers in there.
What if you just didn't have the box?
Then we wouldn't be able to sneak through.
So,
We'll take care of the box when the time comes.
There's only one way to do things, and we did it that way. There's a linear way to play D&D.
The
and we're
DM
doing
was
it.
programmed only so far.
It looks like we've come to a choice.
I was like removing stuff from the map. What did I miss? I feel
was
like I
asking
missed a stupid
Seth
debate.
why he was carrying a box. He
Yeah.
explained 9s was in the box. I said, why didn't 9s just stay in your bag like he's been doing this whole time?
And
then
I
it was
logicked back into
determined that
Got it.
the only way to sneak through was to be in a box.
And the audience almost figured out that you're actually co-pilot. But we got him off the trail.
So,
Okay, co-pilot, where we go next?
where are we going? We've come to
Well, that's an interesting question. Let me think about that
Okay.
for a minute. So you go further down this pathway. Now, where the path forward is to keep moving through is plainly obvious. Like I said, it's a two-way street. You can stick with the flow of traffic. But if you head north,
We go north.
down another pathway,
We do that.
Yeah, we do that.
there's no one going there.
100% we
is
go
there
there.
water coming through it?
There's sort of water at the bottom of all of these, all this floor. It doesn't really seem to be flowing much.
I
Just
hope we have
damp.
good shoes.
Well,
We
you
all have
good-
magic shoes.
Except you. You have wait, you have magic shoes too. Yeah.
Well, you
We
have
go
magic
north.
socks.
We go through the.
I know, you have your
Sneaky
sneak
boots.
shoes.
Yeah.
What does Whole One have? They just got some, didn't they?
Belts.
belts.
Belt shoes. just leather
Yeah,
belts.
but if you haven't seen Whole One's outfit, it's just belts.
Okay, so we go where
We
no
go-
one else is going.
No one shops at the same
Okay,
place
we
Lulu
take the
shops.
path less
Because of course you do.
traveled.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? You're D&D players.
Yeah, we
You're
got
gonna
it.
you're gonna go.
Yeah, and we're
I know
moving
the
front.
objective marker was west, so obviously we go north. That's how you play video games. And I'm good at playing video games.
Okay.
I checked the strategy guide to see what we would have missed
Yeah.
if we didn't take this map.
So,
And if it says something important, we still go this way anyway.
Yeah.
It might be lying.
We
might
might
get-
get an achievement for completing the map.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things we have been getting is the trophies. We haven't actually brought it up in a while.
It's
What was
been-
the
Yeah,
last
I know,
achievement we
Yeah,
got?
we
I
do
keep
have-
meaning to sit down and like design little trophies for you guys.
Yeah, so you can show them every once in a while.
Yeah, but-
achievement trophies.
Unfortunately, the reality of my life is I keep having to just kind of push it back so I can take care of other things.
Can I get some achievement points though?
Yeah, give me some of those sweet, sweet achievement points.
I have it. I keep track.
I've pressed start 10 times. Isn't that worth something?
I don't think you've triggered any achievement points
I
down here.
jump in place 100 times.
Okay, I'm gonna flip.
I die.
They're the little bases. It's really hard to see. They're the little bases, and I still keep them here. What they were used for is when we had
Flat.
the flat tile figures for our battle map before we started using all 3D printed stuff. So I have these little tokens here, and I'm going to flip one.
A D2.
And if it lands color side up, then I'll give you some achievement points.
What's the achievement?
Points.
Well, it's determining whether there is an achievement at all.
It's for getting through the gate.
Oh.
It is paint side up.
It's paint side up. Okay.
Why'd you flip it at me?
Well, I wanted it to be visible, and also the physics on this
that's
is
where it went.
very much not a coin.
So we get achievement.
You do. You each get 5 achievement points
Oh, what do we do?
for Rumbles in the Sand.
Oh.
Is the name of the achievement.
For taking around in a room and doing nothing.
Yeah, for discovering like a little bit of lore about the world.
Sometimes you get trophies or achievements for just walking into a room.
That's true.
Well, and doing some sort of task in there by doing a thing that you didn't need to do.
And
Are you
that's what
gonna
we
Are you
did.
gonna be cool like the early 360 games and just give us like an achievement that gives us like 2 points and just like screw up like
The roundness.
Yeah, the roundness of the numbers.
Oh wow,
Do not do
man!
No. Moving on, we go
What a
into the empty room.
Dick move.
Okay, we
Yeah,
go north.
Dead or Alive 3 developers.
We go north before any of these ideas can sink in.
Okay, you head north. There's a series of pathways. They all sort of double back on each other. No one's really back here, and you already knew that. But what you do discover is that these back areas are not lit. They're not like patrolled. And they're all natural cave parts. So they haven't been carved out. If you wanted to make some people quietly disappear, it would be very good areas.
Oh, let's look for disappeared people.
Like people who have already disappeared.
Yeah, this is.
I'm going
where
to
they
bring
go.
the map back up
Yeah.
to show you this new space. So I'm going to
Yeah, so it comes
step
back
us
around.
down a little bit.
Ooh, there's lots of it.
Yeah. Again, for context, you were at this junction. Where I just put that X.
And everyone's just going west.
And everybody's.
And
going-
everyone else went this way. And you went up that way.
We did.
So that's what it is. They all went westward. You went northward in these caves, and you found this sort of looping around area, and no one's really looking through here.
So we just look like we don't know what we're doing.
Well, no one knows that we don't know what we're doing because no one is here.
So
we're
you
fine.
have a couple places you could go at this point. You can follow the main group, which you can sort of see wrapping around some rocks and splitting up a little bit. Or you can take a path that's just next to the main group, but does seem to link up. Do you have a preference?
Well, let's clear the map.
Okay. So you want to
Take the other thing.
take the other thing.
Yeah.
So as you round to this alternative path, you do end up running into the main path. And I'll reveal this stuff down here because you're watching and you're seeing where people are going. But then, as you round this bend and make your way through a couple other places, you are left with another choice. You can continue northward where people are not going, or you can make your way southward and stick with the crowd.
Eventually, we have to go where the crowd is going.
But we'll never go with the crowd if we can avoid it.
I'll bring the map back up
So let's.
so you can see these new areas that have been
Oh,
revealed.
this is just a big old mess.
No, we just go north.
Yeah, we
So,
gotta keep exploring.
If you see kind of this area up here, that's where you just were. And this X down here that I'm now circling, that's where you are at the moment.
Well, we gotta keep exploring the areas people aren't.
All right. In my best John Madden drawings, you're going to go that way.
Alright.
Yeah.
Do they have any tough acting Tanakin over there?
No, you're going to have to wait till the explosions go off because, as we all know, Tenactin requires a boom.
Well, as we're exploring these caves, I keep looking around for anything interesting, like gemstones, precious metals.
Blood eggs.
People have dropped loose change on the floor as they come through.
Why don't you go ahead and make a perception check?
Long forgotten bodies of workers who were tossed aside.
You can't just hit someone and say it's.
Sure, you can. What's that? 13 and then 16, 22.
You do find a couple of, shiny things. You don't find any gems or anything through here, but you see a couple of nice, buttons.
Oh,
Look like they may have fallen off a uniform or something, and they look to be made of maybe a semi-precious or precious metal.
how many buttons do I find? Button as the.
You find
Maybe they
3 buttons.
How many?
3.
Everything is 3. I found 3 long screwdrivers, 3 fossils,
57
No, the-
hammers.
3 nice
The
buttons.
the D4 is
Liking 3.
favoring 3, apparently. So you start exploring this lesser traveled area, which I will now reveal again. And up here, it's really quite dark.
I have dark vision.
No
I have
one,
dark vision.
no one can really see you back here.
This is a good place
But
to be sneaky.
you can hear a lot of things.
Oh, let's.
So you can overhear people's conversations as they're going by. You can hear the movements of carts. Everything's quite clear because this is all a cave. It's all reverberating.
Well, let's listen.
And
in
at
on
times
what's
it can be a
being
little
said.
muddled, but
Yeah.
Is there anything we hear about the Tashira Noon?
there's a lot of chatter about what's going on outside.
Oh,
What's going on
what's
outside?
going on outside? What do we learn?
Well, I mean, what you already know. The
Oh.
Tashiranoon are out there. Everyone down here seems to not know a whole lot. They're still spreading the news between themselves. As you listen, it becomes clear there's no public communication here among all of these soldiers about what exactly is going on. And people are getting a little nervous. You can sense there's a tension in the conversations happening. The Tashiranoon have gathered in a giant camp outside, and they don't seem to be here to help. So
No,
what's
I haven't
going
seen
on?
any of them down here helping.
There was a small expeditionary force that came down, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there was like 6 or so, I remember. We saw them come down. So other than hearing what we already know, is there anything else? We pick up any news at all?
Is anyone sharing any good recipes? Can I roll for that?
No one's really talking about recipes.
No. Do we know
Is anyone thinking about recipes?
Have we learned anything?
Thinking about recipes?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe.
Food? Yes.
What about Glinby? Do we hear anything about Glinby?
Yeah, you do actually. There's chatter from some of the people coming back that they're kind of nervous because she's rattled.
No. She's showing her fear.
That something ain't right.
Do we hear
She seems off.
Do we hear anything about the weird doctor guy?
No one's really talking about him. No. I think it's probably accepted that he's here and he's still
Weird.
creepy.
Do we get a sense of where they know where Glinby is? Do we?
Oh, yeah. Glinby's in... They keep using the main chamber.
Well,
Or
that
the
Mercury
big
is.
chamber.
So, let's finish mapping out these little tunnels. Right?
Yeah, we go south.
We
Well,
sort of meander.
Yeah, we make sure that we cover all of it.
Okay. In these tunnels where you can be secretive, is there anything else you'd like to do?
Should we just start marking things so we know where we've been?
Well, okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
We stole uniforms and ended up not really using them. Right? Did those uniforms include gas masks?
Remind me where you stole them from.
They were stolen from the Grotfell warehouse.
No.
Okay.
We should have stolen from those guys that were sleeping.
Why don't we knock out some guys and take their gas masks?
Well,
Because we're going into a chamber full of, like,
mercury vapor.
mercury vapor where everyone says you have to wear a gas mask.
Why don't we just ask someone who's leaving and ask if we can borrow theirs?
Go for it.
Oh,
You're a
I'm
badger. Yeah.
Okay, pop out the box.
There's nobody here.
This is...
Okay, you want me to go ask them?
I want to do it, but I'm a badger.
Okay, I can wild shape into a badger to ask
A
them,
good idea.
but it will use my last wild shape.
That's fine. That's the sacrifice.
And I can't talk
Why not?
because I will be a badger.
Okay, so you turn into the badger. I will take your staff and use it to cast Speak with Animal on one of the guys.
How about
Why don't you ask for the masks? You don't have to wild shape at all.
You look like someone who'd forget their mask.
that's right? My persuasion is so effective.
Yeah, go for it. Well, Seth, you always
I
want to
think-
do more
I think you should.
leadership
Why
stuff.
don't you?
Okay,
change-
okay. How about this? You go up to someone.
You turn-
You just mouth, and I will use
No,
my high
just
persuasion.
everybody. No,
to
become Captain Jackhole. I don't care.
Okay, I turn into Jackal.
Well,
Say
after
the
we're
whole
done
thing.
exploring.
Well, no, turn into it and then find someone, and then when they walk by, say we need the mask.
Yeah. Let's just creepily leer out of one of these dark tunnels.
Well, just walk around.
You're
Just
a
start just start cursing.
These people do not question orders.
All right, I turn into Jackal.
Okay.
Now have an attitude. It's not an attitude. That's just like constipation.
What's an attitude? Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, like that.
yeah. Be like that.
Grumpier.
What's an attitude? Huh?
Grumpier.
Get us
Screw you.
There you go.
3.5 gas masks.
3.5.
Get me a full gas mask.
How are you gonna wear?
My
it?
lungs are so tiny. Like a little bit of this stuff goes a
All
long
right.
way.
I'll wait for some.
picturing in half. I'm just picturing a gas mask, like
Cut in half.
Willy Wonka cut in half,
Yeah.
like on the wall style.
So, well, they're hiding in the dark tunnels nearby.
Are we like flipping coins like we're gangsters? Just like,
No, you're just out of sight.
We're just out of sight. And
You
we're being
can flip
very
a coin if
what
you
if
want.
they have dark vision?
They're dwarves mostly. They do.
Then they're gonna see us flipping coins, and I
That's not
can't
how
see the
dark
coin
vision
I'm flipping.
works.
Go get us some gas masks.
I'm trying
Good energy. Use that.
This is it. Yeah.
to screw you, and I walk away.
We're trying to get you in the right mood.
Good job, Nines.
I wait until I see a group of 4 walking back from the main chamber, whatever that is.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, there's people. They've got a group of 4. They got a cart.
You 4.
Yeah, us. What you need, Chief?
Mandatory mask inspection. Hand over all 4 masks.
Shouldn't we keep them on around here still?
Are you getting paid enough to keep them on?
I mean,
Wait, do you have one on?
like,
I mean, I have an illusionary one.
I'm definitely not getting paid enough to take it off.
Masks off now, and get to the barracks and get a new replacements.
Okay. They kind of like look around. One rips off a bit of the shirt they had and like ties it around their face as they hand you their gas masks.
And
Okay.
just get to the barracks. Leave the cart.
Are you sure? We should do it. Should we just push it over into here?
Yep.
Okay.
Now get the hell out of here.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay. They run off.
Oh, okay.
We don't get gas masks.
I don't know. I'm reveling in this power. Maybe I'll just stay out
You
here
should
and
just-
yell at people.
Maybe, yeah, you could be Captain Jackal. I don't care for like the entire rest of this thing.
I'll put the masks in the cart and shove it down into the darkness where you guys are.
Don't you want to?
Does it like hit my shin or something?
I mean, yeah, I'll keep one mask.
Okay, well we.
You
done.
there?
Are you talking to Hellwind?
No, just random guy.
In or out? Are they going
don't care.
toward? You can pick one.
In.
Okay.
You there?
Yeah. Huh? What?
Do a little dance. Very good. Move on. Get out of here. You coming out.
Oh. Yeah.
Tap your head and rub your tummy at the same time. Very good. Move on.
I think Xoria's gone mad with power. Or just mad.
Yeah.
You there?
Have you ever tried going mad without power? It's boring. No one
You there?
listens to you.
Leaving.
Yeah. What?
Bring me beans.
Okay. Pulls out a can.
Don't open it.
Oh, sorry.
Just give me that.
Okay.
Do you have any?
Get out of here.
All right. Leaves.
Do we all take turns eating the beans?
How are they?
They're crappy, like canned beans.
I'll be the judge of that. I take my better.
Hey.
They're not,
Oh,
and they're
the
not
beans.
like, they're not like baked beans either. It's just like
Can.
can of like
Yeah,
beans, like
Just be.
garbanzo beans
Yeah.
or just
Did you
know
just
what?
drop it? Because I was reaching in with the fork.
I was handing it to you.
I'm not picking it up. What would I do about?
Then I drop it.
You spilled the beans.
You there? Shut up.
Xoria has gone mad with power.
Can we have a moment of silence for the beans?
They weren't that good.
While they're
It still deserves a moment of silence.
while the badger is playing with the beans, I'm
not playing with them. I'm looking at them.
I examine the cart. I mean, other than the gas masks that we don,
Sure.
what's in the cart?
Please tell me it's beans.
It's not beans. It's barrels full of mercury.
Barrels? How many? There's barrels in the cart. Lots of barrels, huh?
And there's like, it's on a cart and there's like 3 barrels of mercury.
Wow.
You two.
Yeah.
Show me your socks.
What? Okay.
What fetish are we getting
They
into
just
now?
show you their socks.
Move on.
All right.
Why? Like,
What do you mean?
why socks?
I want a sock inspection. It's a normal thing.
Yeah, because, like, why wouldn't you?
You. What's your favorite animal?
Probably badgers.
Good job. You get a raise.
Wow, really?
Yeah, check in with your CO.
You're my CO.
My CO.
Oh, wait. Glenvy?
Yeah, you go ahead. Go tell her you're getting a raise.
Does Xoria laugh when she does this?
Yes, she absolutely does.
Yeah. I'll do that.
So is there anything else in the cart? Anything interesting or useful or just...
It's a cart, it's barrels, they're full of mercury.
No. Okay.
I mean,
Do you want to drink the mercury
Having-
to see if it's good?
No.
having like 60 gallons of liquid mercury is kind of interesting, just that. And considering how many barrels you've already seen full of mercury,
All right.
the scale of resource removal here is starting to hit home just how much mercury
They've
was
extracted.
here.
I head back into the darkness and set up my tent cape. My cape tent.
Why?
So we can put this cart full of mercury in it.
You're stealing the cart?
Well, I'm not just carrying barrels of mercury.
No, I'm not going to carry them either.
So I set up my tent, push the cart in with the mercury.
You never know when we might need a couple of barrels of mercury, you know.
We'll never need a couple barrels of mercury.
You don't know that.
I would say why, but what's the point? Yeah.
We're hoarders.
You
You gave me a tent that I can keep things
You push a cart into the tent, and now you have 3 barrels, roughly 60 gallons worth of mercury.
And a cart.
And a cart.
Is it a nice cart?
Well, it's not the worst. It's a fairly rugged, kind of just 4-wheel cart.
Yeah,
It's
the
got to go
wheels.
over a lot of uneven terrain.
Was that 60 gallons total or each?
Total.
Okay. Making a note.
So, yeah, there you go. You apparently have a lot of mercury, a few barrels, and a cart.
All right. I put my cloak back on. Should I keep yelling at people? It's fun.
I think we should move on.
Yeah.
You can yell at people on the way.
Fine.
So are you changing your disguise now?
No.
I put the gas mask on.
Well, yeah.
We all put the gas mask on. Just for
Not
some
the same
reason,
not the same gas mask. We're all putting our individual.
Yeah,
gas
we
masks.
use different gas masks.
Yeah.
Do we happen to get a gas mask that fits on a badger?
So you're no longer Clark Gobblestone.
No, now I'm Captain Jackal.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm thinking through your question.
I take one of the gas masks and I use my Aurat Mall to make it badger shaped.
Okay, well, that's fair. Make a wisdom check with proficiency on this one. Like, you are very clear, and you're just modifying its shape.
17 then, if it's with proficiency.
Sure, you accomplish it.
Oh, I put that on then.
No, this is for me. In case I wild shape into a badger. Fine. Now you look like a little Bane badger. Alright.
I was born in darkness. It's the only thing I bathed in.
Let's move on.
Yeah. Is there anything more to explore in the darkness?
Yeah, we checked the whole area out.
Yeah, we get a flashlight.
No, we don't. We use our dark vision.
No, there's not really a whole lot down here. These are natural caves, and they haven't really been used for much.
Okay.
Then we head forward, onward.
Okay. You follow. You
I
follow
forgot how
the
Bane
very
talks,
clear,
honestly, actually.
obvious path.
this. You just cup your face, and then you go.
Do we all
I
have
was-
to talk like that?
I was born in the darkness. Yeah.
Okay.
I was born in the darkness, Batman. Okay. As you make your way through the end of that labyrinth,
With the three monkeys of speak no evil, speak no evil, speak no evil.
you want to know what occurs to me? We literally have 3 respirators.
Right over there.
Well, we have 2 respirators right over there and one upstairs. And if you're wondering why we have respirators, it's because 3D printing, which we do a lot of, has many toxic fumes, especially when you're working with the more volatile ones.
Are you going to tell us, or we'll use them as realistic props?
We could use these as realistic props.
Or we could just do this.
Unrealistically cover our...
This is just as good, probably. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's definitely not as good. Anyway, as you...
can barely talk like this. I have to talk so loud.
Oh, I really like
We
mine
go
better
forward.
like this.
as-
Killing me.
What am I supposed to do? I can't understand what you're saying.
Take your hands off your face.
Nines,
Oh no, this is my gas mask.
Nines, get back in the box.
No, I love being free.
Okay, you walk on your own now.
I get back in my box.
All right, let's move on.
Oh my god.
What?
As you leave the labyrinthine, winding pathways of the region you're just in, you enter a staging area.
Staging.
Yes.
Oh, let's put on a show.
This is a
Recreate.
long, occasionally wide
Hard to take notes on you.
cavern space.
Okay. The audience, you have to.
Imagine that we're still doing this all the time, the whole time.
We'll just add it in post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just
I'm not doing that.
Just when we talk, we'll have to. When we do our characters,
We'll have to remember that we are wearing
yeah,
masks
yeah.
like this.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right. So describe the staging area, please.
Like so many areas of this underground space, the Grotfells have seen fit to stage many of the barrels and change the transportation method to suit the area. Clearly, this entire operation is, politely put, thrown together. The previous minecart rails that you saw in the other rooms and indeed through much of these pathways, well, here it's actually functioning. This, however, runs basically completely straight down a tunnel. It looks like it's being used to move large quantities of loaded barrels all at once. The tunnel it's moving down was clearly dug out with some sort of boring tools. Very likely the ones that you observed earlier. You see that this rock, quite a bit of it, is made of that incredibly hard stone you encountered earlier in these caverns. You now understand all the breakdowns. The track is relatively short, but given how heavy everything is, you can understand why they desire to use it even for this short distance. It also allows them to move a very high volume very quickly. There's not quite as many soldiers in this area. Don't need a ton of them to operate the cart operations. And as you go further into the caves, these soldiers actually start to take notice of you more than the others have. It seems like it might be unusual to have many people coming into this area.
I'm a captain. I'm a captain.
I'll bring up the map here so you can get an idea of what you've come into. This area up here that I'm making squigglies through, that was the twisting, turning, some dark areas that you just came from. This, where I just made that little blob, that's where a large staging area is. At the entrance, there's basically just guards moving barrels from the tracks onto carts. Those carts get wheeled out. It's very efficient. There's a rail that travels down this room and then down this tunnel. You can't see to the end of it from where you stand now.
Are people walking along? Is there anyone going down that on either on the rail or walking?
You don't see anyone right now, no. There's the people that are in here are moving the barrels. No one else is really doing anything.
So the carts just come in on their own. Are they like rolling downhill or what?
No, there's like a pulley system.
Oh, it's like a rope.
Yeah, it's like
or a chain or
a
something.
continuous chain thing. I want you to think of it like a chairlift at a ski resort.
Yeah.
They just keep moving around.
So they come up
Yeah.
full and they go down empty.
Yep.
We're going back to talk to Glenby.
Okay. Good luck.
I'm jumping on this thing.
Sure.
All right. You guys, come on.
Okay. We jump on one of the carts that's empty going back the other way.
Also, no more breaks today.
You just hear some like defeated groans.
Except you. You get the day off. I point at a random one.
Woohoo!
Get out of here.
That guy sprints out of here. I mean, just
Nothing like
booking it.
yeah.
Shove it. In fact, knocks one guy over and just starts tearing down the hall. He clearly does not want to wait around for whatever you are going to be doing next.
Yeah.
No, what we're doing next is
Riding-
the cart ride.
Ride in the cart. Or the rail or whatever.
All right, what kind of mini game is this? Since we're on the,
I think barrels come rolling at us and we have to jump over them.
are there like coins we collect, just like floating in the air?
Yeah, you have to jump up to catch them.
All right.
Or
I think your mask's on too tight and you might be running out of oxygen.
I'm gonna throw you up to catch them.
Did we get more points that way? Like,
Are you like Banjo-Kazooie where you're riding on Elsa's back?
No, Seth is running on my back.
Oh.
Man, that was a good game. All right. You ride the cart down until the end of the track. And then you realize the cart's moving on this track. They are almost identical to the tracks, or to the carts that you'd seen in those tunnels. At the end, there's a team of soldiers that are popping the carts off and putting new ones on as they swap out one cart for another. The carts they take off are empty. The carts they put on are full. There's a trail that more guards now are moving these carts back and forth on as the rail system, isn't working here either. You enter Natural Cave again. But there is a path to the south the guards are ignoring. It's dark back there, and you can't quite tell what's there. So you can go west or south.
We always visit.
We always go the opposite way of everyone else.
Of course you do.
So while she's queuing that up, when we get to the final chamber,
Get to do this.
I'm just talking meta here.
Oh.
Here's the plan. I turn into the forge to confront Glenvy.
Yeah.
It'll keep her off guard. You can illusion into a Tashiranin.
Or I can just look like one because I've got Tashiranin armor.
True.
Yeah.
But she knows what you look like. So you want to turn yourself into like an elf or something.
Oh, I do.
You can take this jar of mayonnaise and you can be a human.
No.
And you can stay as a Tashiranin badger, I guess?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Hoen, you're actually in disguise, so I don't think we can easily turn you into a Tashiranin.
Oh, well, yeah. I don't have any paint. Guess I'll just stick with my mayo.
Yeah.
Are you going to paint yourself with mayo?
Any human walking around with a jar or can of mayo is not suspicious.
Or you can just be like part of the Forge's entourage, just not in Tashiranin armor.
You have to like bow and scrape.
Also do the head nod.
Ooh, you know, I could just kind of stand off to the side and, like, let you all go in first. And then I could be off to the side, ready to ambush.
Oh yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure do that. Do you have a bow?
Have you ever met Hoen? Have you ever met Hoen?
What do you think I do every time we get in the fight?
Arrows come from in all the fights we're in?
I pull my bow out and I start shooting arrows at him. Like,
How come you're not
Nice.
wearing your gas mask?
Pay more attention.
Yeah, you have to talk like this.
Yeah.
do I really have to talk like this? Is this what we have to do?
Yes, we have to do that. We're doing it in front of guards.
Safety first. All right, now we go down
that's
that.
obvious, but like it seems like this is a little like maybe unnecessary for the DM to
it's not.
participate in too.
No, not when you're Hoen.
Are you sure?
If
Yes.
someone is talking, you have to talk like this, just like when I am Ulset and I am talking in the cave, I am talking like this.
So we head down that tunnel.
Okay. At the end of it, there's a very dimly lit cluster of beds and a little, some like just magical rocks heated for some cooking. Obviously, they don't want a fire down here. So there's just some glowing rocks underneath a pan. And there's a few soldiers just cooking a meal.
What are they cooking?
Smells like bacon.
Got bacon down here? Does it smell like bacon as it is bacon, or does it just smell like bacon?
How many things smell like bacon?
Bacon scented candles, bacon scented deodorant. All these
As we
things.
discovered a few episodes back, bacon toothpaste. Or maybe that was in a improv or
I don't
something
know.
like that. I don't remember
Yeah.
now, but I remember I had it in my search history.
So is this like a specially ventilated area where people can take off their masks to eat?
It
Or do they just take their...
I think they just risk it for food.
You always risk it for bacon.
it doesn't seem like there's any sort of special ventilation. But people have their masks off and some of them are sleeping.
All right. Anything in here other than that? Just a rest area?
There's just some soldiers cooking and eating.
Bacon.
Is there a vending machine?
No vending machine.
Is there a cooler?
No, there's no cooler.
All right, well,
Do we want to ask them their tragic backstory?
Tell him you're new here and ask how close we are to the final chamber that you've been assigned there.
Well, why not- you're the
You're the
captain. Why
captain.
don't you
I
just-
would know.
Yeah. And you don't want to look stupid in front of the captain.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be over there on the
So-
side intimidating.
Yeah, you just have to be yelling at Hillman right now.
Yeah.
Stop eating so much mayo on the show.
That is very lovely smelling bacon.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, this is my first time in the tunnels. How far is it before I get to where I need to be assigned to the final chamber? Is it very much further?
It's not too much further. It's, go up. There's another room. Keep going past it. Then it's down the stairs after that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, stairs. Okay. Is it safer to be without your mask?
No, I mean it's safe enough. Why?
Oh, you are not wearing a mask, and I was told always wear your mask.
Oh yeah, I mean definitely always wear your mask, but also it's not that big a deal. At least here. Yeah, we don't really smell any of it.
Ah,
It always
I am
smells a little
surprised.
pungent.
Does this mask actually work? Because I can smell your bacon through the mask with no problem.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that makes me wonder about the safety of these.
Get your butt over here.
What about the rest of me?
I don't care.
Oh, okay. I go butt first toward the captain.
We're going on.
Well, thank you for the information. And
Don't talk to them.
enjoy your bacon.
Don't thank them. Don't let them know you're happy to see them.
Yeah, all right, sure, yeah. Good luck. Hope the masks work.
Thank you.
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't.
All of you in here, you're reassigned to the surface.
Cool.
Get out of here.
Yeah, after our bacon.
Alright. We head back.
I guess so.
Okay.
I'm surprised he resisted the bacon.
No, I'm eating other food in the box.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So how's your charcuterie board in there? Just like some cheese, crackers. I don't know where I got the crackers from.
3 kinds of like aged salami.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some olives maybe. Gherkin.
A gherkin of olives.
A gherkin of olives. What?
You could have a firkin.
It's like a firkin of gherkins, yeah.
Firkin, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We don't have a firkin of gherkins. We just said that.
You go back the way you came and follow the more natural cave path that the other soldiers had been using the carts, moving them down manually. It leads, to a long room that's slightly curved into what you might call crescent shape. Entering at the north end of the room, you can see at the southern end another set of tracks that goes straight through a tunnel that also has clearly been excavated. Once again, there are Grotfeld troops working the tracks and moving the barrels between the, incoming and outgoing. I'll bring the map up so you can see what we're talking about. This is where the first tracks had come down.
Okay.
You walked through here, and right here, where I'd put that X, another set of tracks leads down that way. And that's where you're watching the soldiers load and unload carts.
Well, we hop on an empty cart and ride it on.
Okay.
Oh, But as we're on the cart alone, that's when we turn into Tashiranu.
You think we should already?
Yeah, because the guy you just talked to said there's like one more room and then we're there.
And then there's some steps.
And then we've been on our way in, and we're just arriving. What do you think?
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it's a Shiranoon Badger.
Yeah.
I
So
am.
I turn into the forge. And my face is all messed up.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
I
Some jerks.
This is my disguise kit. I thought my disguise kit only let me be like
You
dwarf
have
and
you have like, what is a hat of disguise or something?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you can illusion yourself into pretty much anything like disguise self.
Okay. Well, I disguise myself as a pretty
Elven.
tall, fairly aged, but like late middle-aged elf. I'm looking very distinguished, and I've got this great armor.
Okay. Sure. I think I got where you're going.
We could just have Owen put on your old armor.
Yeah, you could.
You just have that in like a bag?
Yeah.
No, knowing
My old
The-
Lanferan armor.
the old armor,
It was resized for.
it was
Alpha.
resized and manipulated. It never looked quite right. You know that. So you would stick out like a sore thumb if you tried to pass it off as a disguise.
No, I'm not wearing it.
It was for Owen, but
For
yeah.
Owen.
But yeah,
The whole
So-
armor was like disassembled and like
Oh, I see.
rebuilt.
rebuilt. If you actually go and look at the art of your character,
Yeah, it's
the armor does not look right.
right. It doesn't
because
it
it's-
never fit.
It never fit. You're much larger than the person that armor was made for.
Yeah, and so the modifications, unless it was significantly remodified,
Exactly.
wouldn't work.
Okay.
So you know that wearing that armor makes you stick out like a sore thumb. So,
We would not want Hoban.
We would not want Holden to be a sore thumb.
true to their word, the soldier is correct. This is the final room, and there's a set of stairs downward. This last chamber has a truly impressive amount of mercury stored within it. Barrels are stacked both high and deep. A group of about 24 are working quickly to move the mercury onto the transports and remove it from a crane system that hangs over the final hole with the stairs downward. Doesn't seem to be all that many more people here. But there is a fairly bright light from below, clearly illuminating that space. And you hear a lot of mechanical rumbling down there. You've heard fervent engines moving along. This sounds similar.
I hop off the cart, looking very authoritative.
Okay.
Does anyone try and stop me or anything?
You're definitely getting everyone looking at you. No doubt about that.
I glare back at them.
They kind of look away.
And then I just head towards the stairs.
And we follow you?
Yes, we follow along.
Okay.
Me first. With the
Well, the
badger.
force first.
Yeah, in terms of following,
Oh, okay.
I'll follow first.
And Owen follows a
and
few
Owen
steps
can
behind,
Step behind.
just to not look like they're necessarily with the forge. Maybe they're my guide.
Okay.
The guy that's behind you. But we're at
At
the
this
end. So
point,
You
Okay,
start
guided.
making your way down the stairs. And that's where we're going to leave off.
We gotta kill Glenby soon.
or get killed by him.
It could be both.
Yeah. somehow you manage to. I find this interesting. I'll reflect at the end of this session as a DM. I managed to craft a whole bunch of events to happen in these caves. And none of them did. You did.
We tried
You did
so hard.
you did
to do
nothing?
Everything.
You did nothing that I thought you would do.
Well, give us an
And
example.
quite a few things that I never expected you to do.
Give us a few examples.
Okay. So, I put a bunch of soldiers eating food that I know you like right near the end of this.
Oh, and you wanted us to eat with them.
I was expecting you to, like, waste a bunch of time there. I had a whole, like, mechanic bay of people who were all working on these machines. I had names and backstories all lined up and, like, things that were going on. One conversation
Messed with some hammers.
messed with some hammers. So I had all sorts of, like, yeah, you can, like, stealth through here and, like, gank a bunch of guards and...
But, like, to what end?
Well, I know to what end that could have been.
Well, what?
If only there's some way to see your DM notes.
I checked the strategy guide.
I should have thought of the boulette egg.
Yeah.
I did not,
Tens.
but I didn't. And so there's that. So there were tons of moments where it's like, oh yeah, they're definitely gonna like get themselves super distracted here and talk about the bacon. And at least one of you picked up on the fact that you're smelling the bacon through the gas mask, and there's something not quite right about that. And if anyone is wondering how effective those respirators are, I have worn them a lot, and truly, when you have good filters on there, you can't smell anything because it is cleaning the air.
But these are budget ones that they give their soldiers.
So
Formative.
Safety.
They're almost
As effective as a couple of hands dropped over your face.
But what were some, so other than the boulette eggs, what's something you didn't expect?
okay, I didn't expect.
The extra existential tablet.
I didn't expect you to do that. No. I didn't expect you to use the tablets for that. I knew you'd come up with something for the security checkpoint. Mm-hmm. But I figured it would have just been to pickpocket some of the guys.
I was going to. They told me not.
And you came up with
Like a
Xoria
minus
running
one.
back and forth as a rat. So this is one of those moments where even after years now of DMing this group, and I think I know, all right, I'm gonna put the things in here that they're gonna go down that rabbit hole, and I kind of can plan for how long one of these dungeons will take, and I think I know what they're gonna do. And even after years of doing this, you still surprise me, and then I have no idea what's gonna happen. And that's the sort of beautiful fun of DMing, is you took every detour that I didn't plan, and none of the ones I did.
Yeah, I spent
Still
a good,
to
Pretty
this
good
day.
at this, aren't we?
I probably spent a good 5-10 minutes just yelling at people about their socks and stuff.
And somehow, you still managed to time this basically perfectly.
Oh, you're welcome.
We're really good at it.
On the button to get there. Because I know when there's a pivotal moment or something, it's like, hey, maybe they'll get there early, or maybe next session is going to be extra long, because I know what's going to happen when you get down there.
That's because we're such well.
Was it a good idea to go in as the Forge?
I don't know what you're going to do, and I'm not going to make any predictions, because I just got done saying, even after all these years and all of the things I think I can predict about you all, I still can't. And so,
Xoria's plan
There it
is
is.
to just apologize for being mean to Glenvy.
What are you apologizing for? Stabbing you in the heart?
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
try
Too
and
bad your
remember
attack rolls are.
And I have a hammer.
Where'd you get the hammer?
It's the forge. He's supposed to have a hammer. I don't
Yeah.
have one.
No.
And I
you
probably
should
would have thrown it in my bag. It would have been deconstructed.
Yeah.
And so on that note, everyone, be sure to come back next week because it's going to be interesting. But until then, stay safe. Love you. Bye-bye.